So now we're doing chapter 9. I'm going to be the driver, and Sharon is going to be my navigator. And in chapter 9, we are going to be refactoring our code to MVC. So, up until chapter 9, all of our code was in index.js, and all of our request handlers were in index.js as app.get or app.post or app.put or app.delete, all of that. But now we're going to refactor all of that code
Can you
into
please
the MVC pattern.
can you please share your screen?
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry. I forgot. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, cool.
Okay. Um, so we have our models already, and we also have our views. So we need to create our controllers. So what we did is that we created a new folder called controllers, and in controllers, that's where we have our different controllers. So we have controllers for creating a new post, we have controllers for creating a new user, pages, rendering the home page, login, every request, no, not every request handler, but request handlers of the same kind all have their own controllers to handle all of that. And what we do is that in index.js, we replace the function calls now with the functions, right, that we imported into our index.js from the controllers. So for new post, for example, we have this on line 8 new post controller that we've imported from our controllers folder. And if we go to our index.js, you will see that we use the new post controller to call that function and generate a new post. So yeah, on line 81, as you can see, we have our new post controller, and that is handled with this slash post slash new route here. And then after that, we remove basically the line of code that we have already. So we've already removed this, and we've replaced it with calling the function from the controller module, right? And then after that, we remove the links from the navbar.ejs folder file also. So we go to views, layout in our navbar.ejs. We remove those links here. I've commented them out. As you can see here, those links are commented out. And then we go to our home.js where we want to render the blog post. Right, so I go to home.js. As you can see here, we have this, we import the blog post model from models folder, and then we use the blog post model to find blogs in our database, and then we render those blogs, right? We render the index EJS file, and we populate it with the blog posts, right, from the blog. And then we go to our getPost.js, and that is responsible for getting the post, and it also imports blog post. And then we use this asynchronous function here to find a blog post by its ID, and then we render it as a post. So when you click on a post, it's going to send you to that blog post's page. And then we have store post. In store post, that's where we are going to import the path module here, and we're also going to import our blog post model. And then we are going to have this code right here just to make sure that we're able to render an image that is associated with that blog post, right? And then after that, we're gonna go back to our index.js, and we're gonna import all the controllers that we just created. So home.js, get post, pages controller, all of that, we're gonna import them in our index.js so we have access to them. If you go to index.js, you will see we have all these controllers here: new post, get post, stop post, pages controller, home controller. They are all importing these controllers here. And then after that, because index.js no
Mhm.
longer requires a path and blog post, we can remove them. And so we've removed path here. Okay, I haven't removed it all yet, but I can remove this here. It will still work. And then we can remove blog post. We can remove blog post also, and it will still work. And yeah, so yeah, that is it for my part. I will now be leaving off to Sharon. She is going to be the driver from now on. I'm going to be navigating. Sharon, you can continue.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so on page 93, we have phew, we make the following changes to the request handler to call the new controller functions, which Lucky has explained. And then by adding the app.get over here at the bottom. So our first one, we've got our app.post store controller here on line 93. And then we've got our post ID on 79, I mean, and our home controller on where's this one? On page six on line 65, sorry. And then we will be refactoring our validation layer. And then this will take place inside of our validation middleware.js. Wait, is this okay? Yeah, it is the right chapter. So inside of our validation middleware function, middleware.js, we've got this function which is basically responsible for validating our um our new posts every time we post a new post. And then wait a minute. Okay. And then yeah, then we go back into our index.js import, and then we import the middleware with middleware validate middleware. So I'll just show y'all where it is. Okay, middleware. Validate middleware. I don't okay. I think it's the one here on line no. What am I doing? Here on line 13. So as you can see here it is. And then we have removed the previous middleware function, which was basically somewhere at the bottom here. Not this custom middleware. I already removed it. And then yeah, that was the end of our chapter. I'll just read a short summary of what we did. So in this chapter, we refactored our project code into the model view controller pattern, which makes our code more manageable and organized. We particularly implemented controllers and abstracted code away from index.js, preventing it from becoming messy. So I will just move over to our VS Code.
Yeah,
And
can you show us on the browser if it works?
okay, so I'm running my port here on 4000, as you can see. And on our browser, this is what it looks like. So I refreshed. So this is our clean blog application. And here we've got our title one, and which we didn't really give it a picture or an image. But then, yeah, I believe this is the end of our. No. Should I explain the picture as well?
I think we covered that in earlier chapters.
Oh, okay. So if we've already covered that, then as you can see, here is our image for our happy post. And yeah, so I believe our code is working perfectly. Um, I'll hand over to Lucky to close our video for us, please.
Okay, can you just keep it there on the clean block? Thank you. This was chapter 9. See you next time. Bye bye.